Hey guys, this is Chris from mixdown.online. I hope you're doing good. Now, first of all, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button right below. Now, for today's video, I want to talk to you about the Pro R from FABFILTER, which is an algorithmic reverb that is quite amazing. I really love the sound quality of that plugin. So what I'm going to do today is to go through all the settings and to show you how to use this reverb in your mixes. So the first thing you need to know here is the middle knob on the top here, which is the most important knob on the plugin. So this is where you're going to select your room model. Okay, so let's have just a quick listen of the reverb on a vocal track. So now I set up the reverb as a send effect to that vocal. So this is only the basic preset of the FABFILTER Pro R. So I just added a bit more reverb just for you to listen to the quality of that reverb. So it has that pure vibe into it. It doesn't sound fake. It sounds very, very natural. Something I love about this reverb. So basically, this is where you select your room model. So let's just monitor the reverb itself. So this is just selected a tight space. If you click right here, you have the small space, and by clicking on this one, it goes to medium space, large, extra large space, and you have the cathedral. All right, so let's go back to the default value and go on the left side of the plugin right here where you can find the brightness knob. So if you want to add a bit of brightness to your reverb, you're just going to increase the value right here by percentage. Or if you want to have your reverb to sound a bit more dark, you can just decrease the value basically. Now there's the character knob right here. So basically the character knob will change the sound from a clean sound to a lively reverb. Basically it will pronounce the reflections and the echoes of the reverb, which is going to give you a kind of a chorus effect. So it's pretty subtle. So there you go. Now every time you click on any knob and you keep your finger on Control or Command on Mac and you click once, everything will get back to the default value. Okay. Now let's continue. The distance knob basically will increase the distance of the reverb. So let's bring back our direct signal and just put that into solo. So if I decrease the distance, just going to decrease change my room model here. So let's increase the distance. This is what it sounds like. So you can feel that the reverb is not right in your face. So it does exactly the same thing as an attack knob will do, like we've seen on a previous review I did on the Verb Suite. So the distance knob does about the same thing. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Now you have the decay rate, which is going to increase the decay time of the selected model. Okay. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all or decrease the reverb time of the select model. If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. All right, so this is our decay rate. Now the stereo width. So I'm just going to monitor the reverb by itself again. So you can have a wide stereo image of the reverb or a mono image or anything in between. Okay. Now here we have the mix knob, which is very useful if you use this plugin as an insert instead of a send effect. When you use it as a send effect, always put the mix at 100%. If you use it as an insert effect on a electric guitar, for example, you can play with your mix knob to just to balance the dry sound with the reverb sound. Now, a very, very cool feature you have here is right here. There's a lock option right here that if you have that lock option activated, you're actually going to lock the mix knob to the selected value. So if you go up here, you have access to all the presets. So if you select a preset, what it's going to do, it's going to unlock this. What it's going to do is the value of the mix option will change according to the preset you select. So if you're using this plugin as a send effect, especially, you can lock the mix knob and go through all the presets, and the value of the mix knob will not change. It's going to be locked to the value you select. In my case right now it's 100%. Very, very cool. So I am going to go back to my basic preset. And now if you go on the top right here, you have the full screen option. Now this is cool. So you can actually use this plugin full screen. I found this pretty cool, honestly. So now if we go down here to the down right, you have the display of the plugin that has 3 different values. So there's medium, large, or extra large. So again, pretty cool. So let's go back to our full screen option here. Now at the bottom here, we have the input level and the output level. And we have the input pan and the output pan, if you need that. If you actually worked on a few different values here and you just want to bypass them, click on the middle knob right here and you just bypassed whatever was entered for input and output level. And now we have the analyzer right here, which is pretty cool. So let's bring my vocal. And you can actually decide whether you want to have a visual analyzer or not. So if you don't want to have any analyzer, you just bring that to off. Or if you want to have the pre and post analyzer, which is the pre-signal and the post signal, you just select pre plus post. Or if you want to have the analyzer analyze the reverb and the post signal, you just select reverb plus post. All right, so now if we go down center here, we have the pre-delay knob, which gives you a pre-delay up to 500 milliseconds. And on the right side of that pre-delay knob, you have a lock option. Now, this will basically lock the selected note value to the tempo of your song. Now, this is amazing. So let's select a quarter note value here. And I am going to go and choose a small room model, and let's listen to it. And you can actually decrease or increase the value of the quarter note by percentage. So you can go down to 50% or up by 200%. So that's a good option if you want to craft yourself a quarter note, for example. You can achieve that by using the increase or decrease percentage option. So we have our MIDI learn right here, where you can assign any settings here with a MIDI controller. And now we have our EQ section. Okay, so the yellow line right here is the post EQ. Okay, you can add up to 6 different bands by just dragging your mouse on the yellow line. This will activate a band, and you can add up to 6. Okay, if you right click on any bands, you can modify the shape of the band, and there you go. And by rolling your mouse up and down, you can change the Q value. Okay, now the shape. If you go with a high shelf or low cut. You drag up and down to select the gain and frequency. And you can actually select more than one band and deactivate these frequencies. Or you can delete them. Whatever you have there, you can delete. And up top here, you have the, by the way, you have the undo function and redo function. So now I'm just going to get back to what I had here. So you can play with your EQ to EQ what's going out of that reverb.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow.
Just going to bring my pre-delay to 0 milliseconds. There you go.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain.
This is an amazing EQ to use with the reverb. A lot of control. You can do a lot of stuff with this. And just the fact that you have access to 6 different bands is amazing. All right, so now let's take a look at the decay rate EQ, which is the blue line right here. Now, this is an amazing feature. Actually, it's my favorite feature of the Pro R Reverb. Basically, what it does, it gives you the option to shape the decay time per frequency using any kind of EQ curves. So amazing. Let's bring that room model to a small room.
Times in our lives,
Okay. Now let's work on the decay time. All right, so now I selected the 1K frequency range. And I added, I increased by 200% the decay time of this 1K frequency range on my small room model. Okay, if I bypass it. So let's go in towards the 10K frequency. Okay, let's bring up the lows. So you can add up to six curves here.
If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow, yeah.
So you can actually do whatever you want.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but...
All right, so let's bring the EQ, work on the EQ a bit.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but...
All right, let's select everything. And by selecting everything, you can edit more than one curve at once. So let's say I want to just bypass everything. So you select everything and just bypass by clicking on the on and off button right here.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we...
So, you know, by having the option to shape your decay time by frequency, gives you a lot of possibilities to craft a very nice reverb sound to whatever source you have. So an amazing feature. I really, really like this feature. Now, I'm just going to go back on top here where we have a lot of presets. So you can just select any presets you want according to the room model you're looking for. So let's go for example, a vocal gold room. Let's have a listen.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
That's pretty cool.
But if we are wise,
that's the vocal mix
we
glue.
know that there's always tomorrow.
And again, it's a matter of balance. So let's try with the music.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow,
That's a pretty cool one. So this preset is pretty cool. It's the vocal slap, which uses the synced pre-delay.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that.
So guys, honestly, very, very nice reverb. I really like the sound of it. I love the purity of it. I love the quality of the reverb, which is amazing, and the flexibility of what you can do and what you can achieve with this type of plugin. So bravo to FABFILTER, and this is going to be it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and go on my website at mixdown.online, get on my mailing list, and get access to all the free stuff I have for you, multi-track sessions for you to practice, and some tutorial videos and stuff. So mixdown.online, get on the list, and I wish you a nice week, and I'll see you next time.